I can't even express how annoyed I am right now. I sat down to record the Bumper Podcast, which you're listening to because you're amazing and I super appreciate it. And I started fiddling. We started fiddling with the software, started fiddling with the knobs, which were working before. So why fiddle? There's no reason to fiddle. And then everything broke. And I didn't know how to get back. There were restarts of the computer, restarts of the software. There were some searches. There were some internet searches, and finally, I mean, it's not the same as it was before, but at least I can see that it's recording something, which to me is as much of a win as I expect at this point. Here's the thing. When I was recording, I was like, it sounds like there's a little bit of an echo. Huh. Oh, I wonder how to fix that. Huh? What do you mean? And then I was like, maybe this will get rid of it. Oh wait, what? Oh, what just happened? Oh no. and so that's what I've been doing for the last hour. So it's pretty exciting. I know you're all sitting on the edge of your seats saying, well, where's producer? Doesn't he normally handle this stuff? Doesn't he normally take care of the software and the bells and the whistles and whatnot? Yes, but everyone is out right now. I don't know where. They don't tell me where they go. They just kind of Pig took the car keys and they didn't even really say goodbye. The way they say goodbye is kind of sweet though. They you can just hear the door shut behind them, and then you're like, oh, okay, bye. See you later. Okay, bye. I'm just gonna stay here and fiddle. Yeah, so I probably should have let producer handle the fiddling and the tweaking and the turning of the knobs and the pushing of the buttons, because what I got myself into was a real calamity. At a point I said, well, this is a real calamity to myself out loud, because it was. And that was the only way I knew how to express the frustration that I was going through. Speaking of being frustrated, have tried to get better at not doing as many things as I was doing before. So not double booking. Double booking, everyone can handle that. Not triple and quadruple booking. That's where I seem to get into trouble. I can do 2 or 3 things at the same time and be in different places at the exact same time. I've mastered that. But once you get up into like 4, I can't do it. And people get frustrated. Well, why do you double, triple book? Why are you quad booking? And I'm like, I don't know. My brain thinks I can do everything all the time for everybody. And I was told that that's not the case. That's not how it works. And if you're gonna commit to doing something, then you should go do that thing and be there, like have your mind present. And I was like, wait, so just having my body here, or just while I'm on the call that's in my ear, and while I'm also walking the dog, that's it's not okay. And they're like, no, you're distracted. You're in several different places at the same time. And I'm like, exactly. And they're like, exactly. You see the tone difference there. I thought I had it, that I had figured it out, and they were more frustrated. So that that happens, and that's fine. I don't know if any of you have ever been to a therapist. It's super fun because they have to listen to you for however long it is, and it's a weird thing. All the television shows, cartoons, they make it seem like, oh, there's a couch. There's no couch in mine, at least. I don't know. I assume some must have a couch, depending on how much space they have. Mine has a chair. There's like 2 different kinds of chairs. And, sometimes, when I'm going in and I'm chatting, they're like, well, how are you feeling? And I'm like, I'd feel a lot better if there was a couch in here. It just, because it would give me the sense that this was real, that what we were doing. I was like, Doc, if you can't even commit to, the proper piece of furniture, then what are we even doing here, right? Are we wasting our time? I hope not. But the funny thing is, at the end, after you've discussed things and talked about billing or whatever you do, they say, so what do you, before we see each other again, what do you plan to do for yourself? What do you plan to do for self-care? Self-care. And the first time I heard that, I actually fell on the floor. I couldn't catch my breath. I was laughing so hard. Self-care? Doc, didn't you hear? I'm double, triple, quad booked. How could I? There's no time for self-care. Who's got time for self-care? I got to keep that boat afloat over there. I've got to keep that fire over there at bay. And I have to keep, the roof from leaking, and I have to keep all the chickens fed, and, on and on and on. So self-care for me is just waking up the next day to start it all again, which evidently not sustainable, not something you can just keep doing forever. You get tired, you get cranky. You might get some really, I think, wonderful bags under your eyes, little dark circles, right? And might get sick more often. So that's something that's going to probably happen. And then you might run into the situation that I did, where people get frustrated with you because you've double, you've triple, and you've quadruple booked yourself. So I'm working on not doing more, but the way my brain approached not doing more was by taking on a few different tasks, like one being, organizing myself and my time. It's like, if I organize myself and my time, then I can prioritize, and if I can prioritize, then I won't be double and triple booked. And now I spend a lot of time making notes, making lists, and prioritizing on top of everything else that I was doing. So people were like, "Wait, you didn't make it to the meeting. Where were you?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah. No, it's okay. I was organizing my time. All right, I was prioritizing." And they're like, "Well, you don't seem like you're committed to this." And I'm like, "But that's exactly what I'm doing. I had to make a note with a to-do list that was broken out with different times and different days, different goals, right? Otherwise, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants." And they're like, "Well, you maybe should have done that when you're not supposed to be meeting with us." And I'm like, whoa. Baby steps, all right? Baby steps. Everybody just take a deep breath and understand what's happening here. And they took a deep breath and they said, well, what is happening here? And I said, I really don't know. I was hoping that was going to end the conversation. I was hoping by kind of leaving that out there that was going to be the end of it. And I wasn't expecting you to keep going. So honestly, this is kind of on you, right? Read the room. I was throwing up facades, and I was throwing up, fake fronts, and I was throwing up all kinds of subterfuge and smoke and mirrors, and you just kind of kept on walking down the street and tagged me. So now I'm it, and I didn't even want to be playing tag. Yesterday I was in a reptile store. I know hold on. I hope you didn't get whiplash from that. But I was in a reptile store with my kids because someone gave us 2, what are they called? Hatchling red-eared slider turtles. And I don't know how big they are. Like, I'm trying to show you, but I know this is audio, but they're about that big. No, trying to give a good a racquetball. They're about the size of a racquetball around. Not tall, because that would be weird to have a circular turtle, but they're, round and flat like turtles are supposed to be. And the kids have named them. We have spent all the money buying a new habitat and setting all of that up with filters and heaters and, all the things. Little lights for the turtles, little dock that they can rest on. really they're living their best little turtle lives. But one of them has been a little bit lethargic, which is a funny way to describe a turtle, but it's true. He's kind of just like, he's there, he's hanging out, but he's not moving around as much. And you're probably like, yeah, that sounds like what a turtle's supposed to do. And that's what I used to think too. But the other turtle, I keep saying, that one's a buster. Like that, I think I've said that almost every day since we've had the turtles. Oh, that one there, that's a buster. And what I mean by that is he kind of just like, he seems like he's gotten a little bit bigger, and he will see you coming, and he'll jump into the water and swim around. And I used to think he was terrified, but I don't feel like he is. I feel like he's kind of playing with I don't know. I mean, he's looking out of the tank, sees you coming, jumps, and then I think what it is he expects when I come for there to be food. And so maybe he's like, all right, I got to get into my eating position. I got to get into my eating, spot. And it's so fun because the food, they're these little tiny pebbles and they float, and not pebbles, not rocks, but because that's not something anyone could eat. But little pellets of turtle food that float. And so he's swimming underneath it. You can see his little head. He's looking around, and then he zooms up, and he does this, like his little head pops out further, and his mouth just grabs onto it, and it's kind of amazing to watch. It's much more fun than what I'm describing. It's a shockingly good time. Like, I've found myself on multiple occasions just sitting and watching the turtles. Like, oh, look at that. Look what he's doing. Look at that one. He's over there. But then one of the turtles was being lethargic, and I was just like, oh no, I don't want my turtles to get hurt. The children have become attached. So we went to a reptile shop, and we're looking around, and this tiny kid comes up to my kids, and she's probably like 3, I'll say, and she goes, hey, you want to play tag? And my kid's like, no. And I was like, good on you, all right? That's a good decision, child o' mine.